Hello and welcome to KamenRider Blackman. I'm making a video right now because this is just a random thought that came to mind, but it's also something I would not like Toei to go back to, and that is how since they didn't do it last year with Ryu Soldier, but with how they categorize the Sixth Ranger, like for the past few years and seasons. Now, with the Six Rangers being gold or silver, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really so strung up about that as others. I do agree I would prefer some variety as well. Then again, I was kind of feeling like a hypocrite because, hell, in my own OC, I have a Silver Ranger, but he's not a Six Ranger though. But with how Toei categorizes with their Six Rangers, this started back. I'm not going to talk about the origins of the Six Rangers because they were done just right too. Even when it's a 5-man team, one extra person comes in, which was unofficially in a couple of seasons. I think they were in Bioman and Flashman, in Bioman and Maskman, I believe, with X1 Mask. The other ones whose name I can't even remember off the top of my head. But the positioning of the Sixth Ranger now, which means that this new Ranger is, well, the sixth member of the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth. And this starts back, well, officially in Zoo Ranger with Budai, the Dragon Ranger. He was coming in on an already established 5-man team. This really becomes a bit of an issue, more or less. It first came up in Abba Ranger with Abare Killer, because he's the 5th member of the team, though he doesn't come in until the very end. So his status as a Sixth Ranger, it really just comes from speculation and theories, because Abba Red, Abba Blue, Abba Yellow, Abba Black, 4 Rangers, but I think what considered Abba Killer as the 6th is because of Red's power-up, Abba Max, when he feels like a completely different when he acts like a completely different person. Like, instead of acting like Ryoga, he's more stern and more serious. Now, next season with Deca Ranger, this is where it flies by, because Deca Master was an extra ranger, and he came out on the field on certain occasions. So the Sixth Ranger slot was given to Deca Break, to which shows more signs of the Sixth Ranger, mainly due to the number on his suit, which is a Roman numeral 6. And he's seen fighting with the team tons more. And they do the same thing again next year with Magi Ranger, with Magi Shine. And to be fair, technically, even early on, Magi Mother was considered an extra ranger, with how she's not in the show for a good entirety until she is rescued later. So the Sixth Ranger position is, of course, given to Magi Shine. And the only one sole exception there is to flying by is the Go On Wings and Go Onger, since it's those two. There are 7 of them, but both gold and silver share the Sixth Ranger position since they both came in together. And we don't get back to anything weird per se until Go Busters with Beat Buster and Stag Buster, because for years after Go Busters, they were not considered Six Rangers until 2016 with the Super Sentai Getter book, where they stated that Beat Buster and Stag Buster are considered Six Rangers. Why exactly? Considering the fact that they're fourth and fifth, it doesn't even make sense to me either. And I've even asked online, and one person said, by the way, that person was Midwest Tokusatsu. Go follow and subscribe to him. Shout out to him. Anywho, me and him talked about this for a little bit, and he said that the reasoning is because Toei said so. And I even said back, okay, I understand their reasoning, but it's not good reasoning. Like, I'm being honest, it's not good reasoning. It makes me think that Toei doesn't know how to count. And it even proves my point in Q Ranger. Now, with Q Ranger, it's a pretty heated debate on who is the actual Sixth Ranger. Is it Ryu Commander or is it Ho-Oh Soldier? I personally think it's Ryu Commander, and here's my reason. The Q Rangers, like the 9 of them, are already an established team. There was no such thing as a Ryu Commander beforehand. It was a Q Ranger that Draco Commander made up himself. And so on with the show, when he fully gets his powers, then he officially becomes technically their Sixth Ranger, despite being the 10th member. Ho-Oh Soldier, on the other hand, however, is clearly an extra Ranger, since before him there was 11, and before then there were literally just the 10 of them. And if people are willing to argue back and forth, I would literally in that argument just say, okay, if we're going by that ridiculous logic, then Ho-Oh Soldier and Kokuma Sky Blue are considered Six Rangers then, because I feel like those two alone are extra Rangers. And now, the last time we had this being Lupin / Pato X. I even talked about this too in the review. By the way, I have a review of Lupin Ranger out. It's about a year old at this point. Go check it out. It's only 2 parts. Now, with Lupin / Pato X, this is the funny thing. He's considered the 6th Ranger, yet on both teams he's 4th, and altogether he's 7th. You get why that's weird? It's like what I said, it sounds like Toei doesn't know how to count. And thank God with Real Soul Gold and I guess later now with Kirame Silver, they remembered how to count. Just don't go back to just naming whatever position ranger like the 6th Ranger if they really didn't come in and just don't if you have a 4-man team, don't throw in a 5th person and call them the 6th Ranger. It makes no sense. And just like I said, they did not do this with Real Soul Gold, and they're not doing it with Kirame Silver. I'm happy for that. Just stick to that. A real 6th Ranger is the 6th member of the team. With Abre Killer, it's crazy speculation there, considering Abre Max's status. But yeah, the real 6th Ranger is one who comes in an already established 5-man team. With Shurikenger, they did that right too, because first it was the Hurricanegers, then the Go Riders came in, they made it 5, Then Shurikenger 6. Worked great. And I guess that's all I really gotta say. That's about it, really. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and tell your friends about KamenRider Blackman. See you next time.